this Bible scripture, Romans 6:23, it starts off by saying that for the wages of sin is death, implying that our wrongdoing or going against God's will is what will send us to a grave, and some would even argue an early grave. And I've always had an issue with that scripture, and it's a very, very popular one. And here's why. From what I've learned and studied and researched is that the purpose of life is to live. It's to fulfill a mission. It's to accomplish a goal. There's something within us that we're driving to do. And for many people, that goal is accomplished very early on in life, and that is why they're no longer with us. A few examples. We always hear of our young leaders that are taken so soon. There's so much they could have done, and if only they had lived to an old age, how they could have changed the world. But the thing that people don't realize is that many of these leaders that we're losing, they've already changed the world. We talk about Malcolm X, we talk about Martin Luther King, we talk about John F. Kennedy. All these people who just in their 40 or 30 years had done so much that they had accomplished that goal. Their inner drive, their inner mission was already done. So their job was done, so it was time for them to go. And here's another part of that is if we have these amazing leaders who everyone gets behind and we all support them, there's a line of potential leaders behind these people who will never become a leader because that person has the spotlight. They're the one that everyone's following. Also, to demonstrate this point is a few musical examples. The first being the rapper Lil Wayne. He has a song, him and The Game, I guess, did a song called My Life. And in the chorus he says, "Dear Lord, you done took so many of my people, I'm just wondering why you haven't taken my life. Like, what the hell am I doing right?" And when I read that, and now I hear that, what I think is, these friends of yours that are gone, their mission is over. Their job is done, they're finished. But you're still here because you still have work to do. There's a mission, there's an impact that you're still needing to make before it's time for you to go. It's not a punishment to leave this earth. It's a completion. It's almost a prize. Like, you know what? God is like, hey, good job, ready to go. Come hang out with me. You finished down there. We got work up here. And if you don't want to take my word for it, there's a very popular pastor, a bishop named Richard White, aka Mr. Clean. And Bishop White has a song called "Accept What God Allows." And he tells a story about how he came up with the lyrics for this song, and it's regarding a story where several of his church members passed away in a car accident. And during the story, he's talking about how there were some of his best members, and he actually jokingly says that he wishes that God had taken some of the other ones that, weren't so good. And in praying to the Lord and asking, like, why did you take my members? Like, why did you take those members? And the response from God was that I took those because they were ready, and I'm allowing the others to get right. So even in the religious sense, it's a symbol. It's when it's your time to go, when you have done all that God has asked of you, that is when it's time to go. And for those who aren't there yet, God is allowing us to complete our mission, to do what we're supposed to do, to live the life that He has put us here to do. And so with that being said, when I hear the scripture for the wages of sin is death, I don't connect with that. I don't believe it. It doesn't do it. What I believe is the true meaning of that term is, or that the verse is, it's the wages of life that is death. So when we live, when we truly embody who we're supposed to be and do the things that we're supposed to accomplish while on this earth, that is when God says, hey, good job. It's time to come home.